This video is brought to you by John Robson Guitar Tuition. If you enjoy the content, please consider supporting the channel by enrolling on a course, purchasing some guitar lessons or a t-shirt, or you can join my Patreon. Now, on with the show. Hello chaps, welcome once again to John Robson Guitar Tuition. As always, I do hope you're well. Now, today we have another viewer request video. The other day I got this email.
Hi John, you do loads of great guitar players on your channel, but I don't think you've ever done any Hendrix. How about one of the great man's solos? Wind Cries Marty, perhaps? Thanks in advance. Bill.
Okay, so I'm assuming that there's a little bit of a typo going on there. Wind Cries Marty. I'm not sure about that one. But Bill, I think this is the solo that you're interested in having a look at, and a brief explanation about what's going on in that solo. Okay, let's start off by looking at the chord sequence. Here it is on screen here. And I do remember reading, or probably listening to actually on TV or watching on TV, an interview with Chaz Chandler where he was talking about the recording of this song. And he said that this rhythm guitar part under the solo was actually an overdub. And it's not particularly audible in places throughout the solo. So what I've done is try to capture the spirit of it, and it basically sort of goes around these sort of first inversion chords that Hendrix used to be quite fond of, you know, where you kind of do that sort of thing. There's a first inversion F chord with the A note in the root, so you get something like that. So you've got the F, the E flat, then to a B flat, to a borrowed chord from the key of F minor, the A flat. And over all of that part of the chord sequence, what we're basically doing is using the F major pentatonic. And the only landmine that you've got to avoid here stepping on is staying away from the A note that's in the F major pentatonic that you can see there over the A flat chord, and you know the solo goes nowhere near the A note over that chord. The rest of the chords there, the G, the B flat and the D flat, you can see are what I've labelled static chords. Now I did a video on the whole thing of static chords a little while ago. Maybe I'll link to it in the description if I remember. What a static chord is, it's just basically a chord that isn't in the same key as the chord that comes before it or after it. So you've got essentially a major chord. I'll play it like Hendrix, like this. A major chord moving up in 3 fret stages. So you've got G to B flat to D flat. And we treat each one of those 3 chords as a separate entity, basically, and we'll come to what's happening, you know, in the solo in a moment. And then we're back to an F major kind of thing for the final 2 bars before we go back into the song on a C chord. Right, so what's happening in the solo then? Well, as I said, over the that main part of the chord sequence where it's the F, E flat, B flat, A flat, most of that, in fact all of that, is the F major pentatonic. And what he does here is set up a nice little motif of that there. So coming out of the top end of that pattern of F major pentatonic, and then playing a little bit out of the top end of that pattern of F major pentatonic. So, and then the first time through we play that little kind of triplet-y sort of thing there before going into that kind of thing there, which is again coming straight out of that pattern of F major pentatonic. Then we play the same motif again, and then we go like that. Again, sort of a call and response, question and answer sort of thing, just using F major pentatonic. Then we do it a third time. And it finishes there. That takes us to the end of the main section of the chord sequence where we're playing F major pentatonic licks. Now we come to the G chord. What does he do over the G chord? Well, remember this lick that we were playing over F major pentatonic? That kind of stuff there. He just moves that all up 2 frets to go something like that, using G major pentatonic. Then we come to the B flat chord. What he does there is a typical sort of Hendrixy sus4 kind of thing. You find this in a lot of his song. Like that, he would often kind of play what many of us will play a bar chord like that, and just play it with on the top 4 strings, and then you've got this little finger here there that you can do sort of hammer on sort of stuff on. That sort of thing here, and here he's just doing it on the 3rd string. What is it? That kind of thing. Then we come to the D flat chord, and what he does here, I think this is probably my favourite lick in the whole solo. He just plays a D flat minor pentatonic blues licks. Something like that. Just stands out beautifully, you know, because everywhere else in the solo he's treated a major chord as a major chord, basically playing a major pentatonic or like that sus4 kind of major chord lick over the top of it. But here he treats it as a bluesy kind of minor pentatonic feel, which just, as I say, just adds a nice little bit of contrast. And then you're back to the F major pentatonic again. And we finish with those 2/3 like that. Just, this is the only note in this part of the chord sequence not from the F major pentatonic, this B flat note, and it just gives a beautiful little cadence into the A and the C notes. So we're going B flat D to A and C, which is the 3rd and 5th of the F major chord that we've arrived at, and then, as I say, back into the song on a C chord. So lots to learn from this, so go away and have some fun with it. And there is, of course, a full tab in both Guitar Pro and PDF formats, along with the video of me playing and explaining the solo and a backing track to play along with. All of that is up on my Patreon page. There's the address and the link is in the description. It's only $3 a month and you get all of these extra resources that go along with these YouTube videos. Thank you so much to everybody who's supported me in that way or any of the other ways, all of which are linked down there in the description box. And thank you in advance if you're thinking about doing it. And that is pretty much all I've got for you today, folks. I do hope you've enjoyed the video, found it useful and informative and maybe a little bit inspiring, and if you have, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell if you haven't already done so, and why not give me a like while you're at it. Don't forget the live stream, 5 PM UK time on a Friday. I know it's only Monday, but you know, we need something to look forward to, don't we? If you're new to the channel, basically, as I say, 5 PM every Friday UK time, we just have a live stream and a beer and a chat and just talk about whatever crops up. It's a great way to kick off the weekend. I'd love to see you there if you can make it. But for now, I'll bid you all a good day and say thank you for watching. Thank you so much for your time. Look after yourselves, folks. Stay well, stay safe, and above all, stay sane. Bye for now.